What's happening with the rental market? Well, it's a bit of a tenant rush at the moment. Stay tuned and let's talk about it.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Ooh.
And action.
Action.
Good morning, and what a morning it is.
It's rainy. What happened? I thought summer was definitely here.
It gave us a little bit of something to look forward to and stripped it away just as fast. Nevertheless, Wonderful. Well, good morning to everyone out there again. Mark Novak's called in the rental young guns here to give them a bit of a rundown on what's happening on the rental market at the moment. And what a time it is. You were just saying this before, Mark. It's the new year for business, well and truly. Do you want to touch on that very quickly?
Yeah, look, it was definitely definite this year, and it was maybe the years prior. But what we realised in business was that New Year's Day was a fresh new year for people personally, but not in business. And what we found is the attitude of Australia Day was the business is back to business from Australia Day onwards. And we've seen that, a big emphasis on that in the last week since Australia Day came and went. And then you guys have seen a big rush in since then with tenants.
Yeah, it's been quite crazy actually. Leading up to Australia Day, you don't really see much action. People are still on holidays, as well as with COVID as well. I don't think that helps with the movement in the market. So it's been a big change.
Exactly. So the phones have not stopped ringing over the last few weeks. People are fine. Australia Day's been and gone. The last hurrah's done. People are finally happy to put the margarita down and get a bit serious. But yeah, like I just said, the phones have not stopped ringing. People are definitely trying to look for property. They're done procrastinating. They're well and truly into the new year, and it's time to get serious about the rental market. So I saw a few comments there. Definitely not a rental crisis. We're seeing a huge rush of people on the market, new stock coming on, and just an absolute quick fire back and forth from the tenant and landlord perspective at these open homes.
Now, guys, with this tenant rush that we're seeing, so is the amount of stock on the market, is it normal, abnormally high? Like the amount of rental properties that are on, should tenants be happy? Should landlords be alarmed? Where's that at?
Yeah, look, we're seeing slightly under average for the time of year, which is obviously forcing that demand up a bit higher in regards to the tenants. There's less stock on the market than in previous years, around 5%, I believe, which is definitely bumping those demands straight through the roof. Tenants don't have as much to pick from, so it's kind of driving all the open home numbers through the roof. All the inquiries through the roof. People are trying to get in as quick as possible to try and secure these properties.
Another thing as well, I know we're touching on the tenant perspective. As a landlord, if you are a landlord and your agent tells you that your tenant has given notice, you shouldn't feel stressed out or worried that your property is going to become empty or that you're not getting that income in, because we are seeing a quick turnover in tenants coming into the property because of that demand, because of that increase as well. So as a landlord, I don't think you should stress out just because we are seeing that demand come through.
So vacancies, are they an issue at the moment with the tenancy rush?
No, not at all. And in the area we're in, what we see do astronomically well in the summer months. We're seeing a very low amount of days vacant for the properties that we're managing. We're just pumping through those open home numbers. Like I said earlier, there's a lot of demand. Stuff's flying on the market, normally not even lasting one open home.
Now, I do want to ask you, I've got two questions. One, I'm going to just drop as a reminder for later, I want to ask if there's any category of property that's doing particularly better than the other category. Let me put that on pause for a sec. But with this tenant rush that we're seeing at the moment, Luke Moroney's brought up a really good point. Brisbane have seen rents rise 30%. There's other states. It's great to know that. We really, what are we seeing? If you had to put a percentage growth, so we're not seeing a lot of growth with this rush, but if you had to put a percentage growth, would you say rents are going up or rents are going down or rents are stable on the northern beaches?
Yeah, right. So definitely in this new year, we're seeing rents go up. I know from what I've experienced in the last few years, just basic monitoring, and now actually being in a property management position, we're seeing rents definitely go up slightly. I don't know the exact percentage value. If I had to guess, I'd say maybe around 15 to 20% increasing. But yeah, we're definitely seeing landlords recognize the tenancy rush. They're recognizing how many properties we have on the market at the moment. They're recognizing how much demand we have at the moment. And they're really realizing that if it's not the current tenant that they can keep in their property, they can get someone else in very quickly. So they're definitely trying to get that incentive back.
And also, I think an observation out there, guys, is landlords have been fairly conservative the last 3 years, particularly 2.5 years. Well, since COVID was out there. So I think they're trying to claw back a little bit from where they've come from, and I think they feel like they've been sort of considerate enough of COVID 1, COVID 2, COVID 3, the hard times, that now they can, their bills have gone up. Now they can sort of go up a little bit. So Luke's saying it's a huge, 15 to 20% is huge cash flow on the increase. It really is, considering the interest rates aren't moving as of yesterday. It looks like they're not going to be moving the rates much officially. Now, back to the tenant rush, and also before we go, I want to ask about the type of property that's doing well in the northern beaches of Sydney. Is it all categories that are firing? Is it houses that are doing better than units? Is it 2-bedroom units are doing better than 1-bedroom units? What are you seeing in terms of patterns? So when this tenant rush, these inquiries are coming in, what are the inquiries for? What's renting quickly?
Yeah. Well, to answer your question short and simple, we are seeing a lot of beachside properties. They're always popular. 2-bedroom beachside, crazy. It is insane. We have a couple around Manly at the moment, stunning area, and the phones have not stopped going off regarding them. It is crazy. Like normally you do get a lot of interest for those, beach living type of properties, but yeah, it's insane. Around the 2 bedrooms as well. 2 bedrooms as well is a hot topic at the moment.
Definitely.
So if it's a bit of a lifestyle property, it's got the beach there, or it's got a view or something like that. That people are affording that more and probably spoiling themselves a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And I think as well, coming out of last year, the whole debacle there, a lot of people are relocating closer to the beach. So that is the hottest topic at the moment.
Look, definitely so. Yeah, mainly property. How many applications? I'd say with the right property, around 2-bedroom, fairly priced, near the beach, I'd say we'd receive anything from 5 to 10 applications.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely so. So as soon, and this is, I'd say maybe just after one open, I'd say probably about 50% have seen the property, 50% haven't. And they're just getting their application in early. But definitely so, we always get like right location, right price, right, I guess, lifestyle that it offers. Yeah, anywhere from 5 upwards.
Yeah.
So I you know what, this is another topic on itself, the word tenant application, what it means to a tenant, what it means to a landlord, and what it means to a real estate agent, because it's become like, can I have a contract when it's for a sale property question? People are measuring the interest off that. Another topic for another day, a great topic. Now, guys, so just to drill down a little bit harder on the type of properties that are doing well. So houses have definitely done better than units with COVID.
Yeah, that's always been the case, I feel. Houses are staying on the property market longer than your average apartment, 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just the general basis around the Northern Beaches. That's as long as I've been doing property management, even before, that's always been the case.
Yeah, definitely so. Look, they can. Oh, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, look, they offer that bit, I guess, that increased lifestyle, obviously with the ability to raise a family. You've got a bit of space to stretch out, especially with COVID when everyone's at home. You do want that bit, like, bigger space. Now that we're slowly seeing that come up, yeah, definitely so. Now that we're seeing that slow drain out of COVID, I think definitely we're seeing that spike in 1 to 2 to 3 bedroom units go back up. Now that people are out and about a bit more, they can travel up and down the coast, even overseas at some points. I think it's definitely done a slight switch, but not too bad.
And I'd love to know if people out there are seeing the same thing as agents, as consumers, tenants, and things like that. Let us know. It's a live show. Feel free to ask any questions or make any comments. So, and another, to drill down even further on that, the 2-bedroom units are probably done better than the studios or the 1-bedrooms since COVID's been around, for the same reasons. Yeah,
exact same reasons.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who got struck with COVID over the last few months can definitely relate. Locked in a 4-wall bedroom, it drive you insane.
It's a good point. It's not locked down for any if you're in a 1-bedroom and there's 2 of you living in there.
Yeah,
You're someone's on the couch.
Yeah,
exactly.
Someone's on the couch and there's no balcony off the bedroom. So one other thing, that's the past, that's the present. Yeah. Where are we going all this? So this great tenancy rush, do you think that it's gonna what's the forecast for the next 12 months? Because there's also a bit of immigration that's going to be coming into Australia. We had 1 million we had 1 million immigrants leave Australia through COVID. They were asked to leave. We've had a labour shortage as a result, and now the government's trying like hell to get these guys back. That's probably, thinking out loud, that's probably going to affect the affordable properties, where they're going to start tapping up a bit, where they haven't in the last year or two. So probably the studios or the 1-bedrooms or the very small 2-bedrooms, I think the immigrants will come in, the key workers will come in, and they'll take out that stock.
You've basically pinpointed it, basically, Mark. So those are more affordable, lower 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom studios are going to spike back up, in my opinion. That's just what we're seeing at the moment, and that's how it's going to be forecasted over the next even 6 months, I say.
Yeah. Now that business is back, we're going to start to see a bit more turnover in regards to tenants leaving properties. I think we're going to get a bit more stock back on the market once that demand, like Luke was saying there, meets it. Like you said, Mark, once we get that immigration back in, I think definitely it's going to even out a fair bit with the amount of stock coming on the market and the amount that's being snatched off. So I think, it'll definitely be a good period to keep your eye on.
And look, I think like Luke's brought up, Zetland, there's 119 units for rent. I think what you'll find is traditionally there's a lot of suburbs that will hold a lot of stock all the time, and you'll have a lot of freedom of choice. Like DY, for instance, is sitting on 9,800 units, and at any one time there's always a nice bulk of 2-bedroom and 1-bedroom units available for rent. And even suburbs, there's a little bit of a glut. I know some train line suburbs like Parramatta, Chatswood, CBD of Sydney. I think that there's a little bit of a glut there, which is interesting because if you're seeking extraordinary value, look for suburbs for rent, look for suburbs that have too much supply, and you're going to get an incredibly good value, a 1 or 2 apartment. You're going to get a lot more for your money. So look for suburbs that have a glut of units if you want to rent cheap. If everyone's zigging, use ag. Go the opposite direction. So I think for people that are looking to get it, and even I think in inhibition guys too, a lot of people think to themselves, I'd love to live in the city one day, and they never do. It's probably a bloody good time and a cheap time to do it as a tenant.
Exactly. Too easy. Thanks for speaking with us, Mark.
Young guns,
Great.
thanks. That's what's happening out there with the young guns in the rental market, and everyone have a great week.
Thanks,
Okay.
guys.
All right, guys, take care.